Oh,
So
okay.
I need to get her OFAs done, which
How old is she?
she is 2.5. She'll be 3 in July.
Okay.
And I typically, my breeding standard is that I try to not breed them before 3. We are this breed is prone to epilepsy, so I do not try to breed them. I don't like the breeding on prelims. Some people do it. It's not for me. That is a issue in this breed. So breeding a little later is safer.
So the epilepsy probably wouldn't show up yet until.
It typically shows up. The typical is between 2 and 4.
Okay.
That's typical. You do have early onset epilepsy that shows up before 18 months. And then you do have the later onset epilepsy that shows on after 6.
Okay. And you have a sire who he's young too, right?
It's this dude.
Hi.
Yeah, it's the birthday boy.
And we have the same birthday.
Oh, really?
Yes. So happy birthday.
He's on my page right now just because he's like a hopeful. But just because he's up there, but you know, whether he ever breeds or not, that's if I want to.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. He's like, I think I want to. He's like, who was the sire for your first litter? That was somebody else's dog?
Yep, that is Don Williams' dog. It's a black bi dog named Iron. It's Revelaire's the Iron Man. He's a really cool dog. He has a lot of proven children in all realms of things. And this litter, I was trying to get more herding versatility. So I needed to breed to a dog that had more proven herding kids underneath him. And you know, there was other reasons why I bred to him too. That wasn't the only reason. But that was, you know, what drew me in towards her kennel in general. She's got heavier stock dogs that still look pretty and do conformation things.
Nice. So how did that work when you use somebody else's stud? Do you guys like split everything, like all the costs and all the profit?
That depends. So you can lease your bitch out, which I've never done that. I'm not going to do that. And that's different between every single person. So that is beyond me. But how it works, so I paid her a stud fee once we had confirmed ultrasound babies. But all the breeding cost I covered. I did a TCI for my bitch because Iron was 10 years old when I bred to him. And you know, we couldn't do natural breeding because he's a smaller guy and he's older. So I had to do a TCI. That was all under me covering it. I paid for all the registries. I paid for everything that came with the puppies, essentially, and all that jazz. So I paid her a stud fee, and I got 8 wonderful little dinguses.
Nice. So you don't have like a planned litter coming up next?
I'm hoping for a litter end of 2026, early 2027. My blue bitch, she's in heat now, and she goes into heat like once a year. So, and I never know when she's going to. It's very random. I don't have a stud dog picked out for her yet. Her OFAs aren't done. So it's whenever I get to it. Okay. I'm in no rush. You know, we're in like puppy hell in New England right now where everyone has too many puppies. So I'm not trying to put more out there while there's overflow because, you know, I can't keep them all in my house.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's very responsible of you. I saw on Vander's, like all of his health stuff, his OFAs, that he has full dentition, scissor bite. Yes. What does that mean?
So, I can actually, Vander, you want to come show your teeth? Come here, homeboy. Mr. Vander, so when you look at a bite, an Australian Shepherd's correct bite should be a scissor like that. Yeah, I know. And then he has all of his teeth, so he's not missing any of his premolars. And the breed can have some bite issues just because, I mean, when the breed first started, they weren't really caring what was in the mouth. They just wanted to make sure it could hurt. So there are some dogs that throw some dentition issues, whether it means they throw a level bite where the teeth sit like this instead of like this. And then you have some that like it's over undershot, whatever.
Yeah.
He's at the age point now where I know his bite isn't going to change. We do have an issue where like some kennels are starting to, I'm not going to like, it's any kennel, it can happen to anyone, but we're starting to have an issue with missing teeth in our breed. So I want to make sure that people are aware that he's got all of them.
Okay. What kind of health issues do they face? You mentioned epilepsy.
Yeah, so there's obviously some things that we can't test for, one thing being epilepsy. And that is just, sometimes it can be more line dependent, but obviously sometimes it can just be a congenital thing, just like people. Like sometimes it just happens and there's no control over it. All we can do is try to make sure we do pairings that have a low risk for it, but it's prevalent in all Aussies. It's kind of something that you can't escape, if that makes sense. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen.
Right.
And then there's obviously like the million things that we test for. A big thing we test for is eyes. So like my litter, the second they turned 8 weeks old, they got their eyes checked by a OFA eye person, however you, the big word for it.
Yeah. Ophthalmologist, probably.
Yeah. All my puppies got their eyes checked before even going home, because we do have obviously there's things that we test for, but we also there's early cataracts that they can see and all that stuff. And a lot of that comes from that pretty merle gene. So any breed that comes in merle, and this is where I get frustrated that breeds that don't naturally have merle are adding it in because they think it's a fun color until you have all the issues that come with it. Also have hearing issues as well as just blindness in general. Obviously that becomes a big concern when you breed two merle dogs together. That's a big no-no. I'm seeing some Chihuahua breeders and stuff do it. I don't know how they're getting away with it, but that's a big no-no in Aussies. That's a double merle. You can risk a lot of issues there.
Yeah.
With the ASCA registration, all dogs have to be DNA tested to be able to register a litter.
Nice.
So that's the good thing about if your dog is at least, I'd rather see a dog be ASCA registered than AKC registered to see if they are, know the breeder's ethics, because that right there, the dogs at least have to be DNA tested.